You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Really quick, I don't want this to be a super lengthy video, but Google Business Listing, as we pull up my webpage here, is the free business listing. At least it still should be free, that everybody gets access to when they want to start a business in general. So you can make a Google Business Listing for free. It takes like 15 minutes to go through this. I think nowadays there is a verification process, so they might send you a physical letter to verify your business. Back in the day, we were able to make these for free, and there wasn't really anything that you had to verify or anything like that. So if you type in Brian's Lawn Maintenance, Wixom, Michigan, you guys can see my account. Do we get it on the big screen? We got it on the big screen. Okay, so you can see on the Google side here all the information about my business, like how many views, all this other mess, because I'm logged in, right? But if you guys see on the right-hand side, you see Brian's Law Maintenance, 4.9 stars, whatever, which is good. Our information, our phone number, you get to see our map. And then actually, if you click the photos, you can scroll through and see some of the photos that we have populated. So I think before you start running out the door and get marketing and print materials and all this other mess, take advantage of the free resources, which is your Google Business Listing. Let's be honest, if you're trying to find a client or a company that does work, whether it's an auto shop, a repair shop, a car stereo installation business, a dentist, you're going to Google first, right? You might be going to, Facebook second, but realistically, it's all Google all the time still. So populate these with really good photos, really good high-res photos, right? This is something I would say, start with a Google free business listing. Now, I'm sure you can go deep, on YouTube, type in how to create a Google business listing, and you can go into the weeds about how to setting that stuff up if you really want to dive deep. Number two is Facebook groups. I think a lot of us, before we run on out to start marketing our business, whether it's new or old, we forget that we can advertise on Facebook, and we can also create Facebook pages or be part of Facebook, groups. And I don't mean like groups for lawn care guys. I mean like groups for around town. You can have local swap meets, buy-sell groups, HOAs if you're able to get access to them. Hey, if you're cutting grass in a subdivision, ask the client that you work for, hey, do you guys have a Facebook group for the HOA, for the subdivision? And they will probably say yes. So if that's the case, ask if they can invite you in or make a post on your behalf, and boom, you're already rocking and rolling. Now, you don't have to have a huge established business. This is something where, you can just be brand new and you start getting the words out to a couple different people, even yourself, your friends, your family, your parents, just your aunt, uncle, wherever you're trying to market. You don't have to, start spending money. This is the free low-hanging fruit, okay? So, for me personally, we're going to be optimizing our Google business listing. We might be running some Google or Facebook ads just to keep it small and local. But then we're also going to start having more marketing through our Facebook groups, because here's why. I want route density. And what better way to get route density than having more advertising and getting your name out on a Facebook group, part of an HOA, right? So if you're already doing work in an HOA, you got 6 lawns and you want to go to 25 or 30 lawns or whatever, or even a certain part of town and you want to grow more business in that side of town, well, why would you start marketing and advertising, all the way across town? Why don't you be hyper concentrated and market in those Facebook groups, right? So that's stuff that's helped me. I think it'll help you guys as well. Last thing is an email blast. So, before you start, spending your own money, get creative with being resourceful, and a lot of us should have an email list. So let's say you got 50 customers, you're trying to go to 80 customers or 100 customers, right? What I would do is, before you start passing out flyers, email all of your current customers and say, hey, we're trying to expand business. Hey, we're trying to get more clients. We're trying to get more service. Tap the current resources you have, because every person, let's say they know 10 people, right? So if you have 50 customers and they all know 10 people, that's 500 people that you could have a whole network out to expand your business around town, saying, hey, Brian's starting a new business, or Brian's got a business he's trying to grow. And before you start spending $200 on postcards, $500 on yard signs, all this mess, and maybe you don't have a lot of money to invest into growing your company initially, or you're just trying to get the easy stuff, well, here's what I would tell you to do. Use your email list to reach out to your customers and explain that you have a customer referral program. Now, what does that mean? That's like fancy words for saying, hey, if you get a new customer for us, we'll give you 2 free cuts or a free aeration, or your first month of fertilizing is free, right? Something like that. That's what I would do. That being said, little interjection here. We're going to be doing some stuff here with Send Gym. I'm not going to like over promote this or anything like that, but I did want to say that we're going to be doing a webinar here in about a month with Send Gym. So if you guys want to actually put the rubber where the rubber meets the road and you want to invest, this is not for new people necessarily for starting your lawn care business, but Send Gym is a really good resource. Actually, a lot of you guys have turned me on to Send Gym, and it is a really, really good resource to have target radius bomb marketing for postcards. It's like EDDM on steroids. So it's going to be really, really cool. Here's what I want to do. I want to go through a couple tips and just give you guys some nuggets of information and wisdom that I'm going to be utilizing. I think it'll help you guys, whether you're just starting or you've been around for a little while. It's funny. It's early January, whatever, when we're shooting this video, but lawn care season, like 4, 5, 6 weeks away, is already when like the gears are going to be turning to start earning more customers and start working on your advertising and marketing. So you got to be 6 weeks ahead of the curve in our industry if you want to capitalize on it. So let me see this. Okay, here's another screen that we got up here, by the way. If you type in Brian's Lawn Care Wixom, Michigan, I come up number 1 on Google Business Listing. Let me ask you this. If folks are, receiving postcards in the mail at their mailbox, right? They get 5 or 10 a week. That's fine. That's good. Those impressions count. They help. But when somebody goes, hey, we need to get some lawn care service, and they punch in on Google and your boy here comes up on number 1, what do you think that does for the opportunity for me to get that call? Well, naturally, I'm going to get 80% of those people who are looking for lawn care. They're going to call me first. And in fact, if you type in lawn care in Wixom, or even like the 5 or 6 little surrounding areas, South Lyon, Commerce, if you live where I live, you know these areas, I still rank pretty high up there, like number 1, 2, or 3, even if you're in like next town over, which is just good SEO, good ranking. I'm not an SEO master. I can't help you totally with that, but here's what I would say. Start with a Google business listing. So here's what I want to do next. I want to talk about some extra tips that I think will help you guys out. Stay tuned for that Send Gym webinar and update. I'll keep you guys posted on future videos about that.
Enjoying today's show? Motivated to take your lawn care and landscaping business to the next level? Learn what it takes to grow your lawn and landscaping business today with training and education from the Lawntrepreneur Academy. Get educated with how-tos on mulch installation, plowing snow, aeration and overseeding, and so much more. These training programs are designed to help you save time and make more money with your business. Invest in your future by first investing in yourself. Use promo code PODCAST to save 10% on all courses today at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. Now, back to the show.
And here's why. Because we all make them on our own, right? Like, I don't know if it's just self-employed people or blue collar or traditional business owners like us, but I see like power washer guys and brick paver guys and asphalt guys and lawn care guys. We all make our own flyers way too much. Find a local print shop, have somebody professionally do it. They can make an art design setup for like $100. Like, it's not that expensive. And in fact, it's going to put money in your pocket when they're done right and they look professional. So sometimes passing out 1,000 flyers, maybe it's all these external reasons, but if you don't get the phone to ring, maybe evaluate your postcards, your flyers, and make sure that they're professional and they're actually eye attention grabbing. So, not being mean, but that's just something, I'm just being honest with you guys. Number 2, personalize it. Make it emotional. Tell a story. Jonathan with Florida Turf Pros, really good guy. He did a video a year ago, and he's got a photo of his family on the front. Really, really cool because you can kind of connect with him that he's not just a lawn care guy. It's like a lawn care family. It's a business owner that you want to support around town. Just something to think about as you guys continuously improve your postcards, that if they're not getting phone calls, maybe put your family on it, put your face on it, put you in your rig with your arms like folded over saying, hey, like, we mean business, right? I think that's a really good way to sell. Enlist professional help. That was number 3. So let's say you're making your own postcards and flyers at home on Microsoft Paint. I don't know if that's still a program out there. By the way, I did that for like my first 5 or 7 years until I even had like money in a real business. So if you do it out of the gate, you're going to have great results and success and a great name for yourself. If you need the money to come in and you're just like me on a shoestring budget back in the day, hey, take your time. But Enlist professional help as soon as you can with your postcards, your marketing, and your yard signs. I'm telling you, $100 with a actual creative design person will go a long way versus you with pink and shears and your wife trying to learn Photoshop and get mad at you at 11 o'clock at night because you needed these flyers out 2 weeks ago, right? Another one that we got here is market in the right season. Quick tip for you guys is, if you want to grow corn, now I'm not a farmer, but don't plant corn, is my guess, in December. Right. So that's just me being smart for saying, if you're going to try to get more business for your lawn landscape business, pass out flyers in like March, April. Usually when the weather breaks is a great time to start passing out flyers. Right. You'll start seeing everybody start to mingle and meander outside. And it's almost like we're like the zombie apocalypse. Right. We all start like kind of lurking out of our house because we've all been cooped up, at least in the Midwest. Like we've been indoors for 2, 3, 4 months at that time. And you'll notice the first like nice 35, 40, 45 degree, maybe 50 degree sunny day. All my Southern people are rolling their eyes right now. They're like 50 degrees. And what are you talking about? It's never dropped below 45, 50 degrees here. Yeah. For us in Michigan, if you go outside in like January, February, March, you could die because it's so cold. So market in the right season. A lot of times you guys are trying to pass out flyers in January, February, maybe in the South, like Florida, Texas, Georgia. Work with me here. Let me know when's a great time for you guys that you start passing out your flyers. For us in Michigan, it's usually the first 2 weeks of March. The weather starts to break. Look at the 10-day. If you got 5 days in a row of 50 degrees and sun, pass those flyers out like clockwork. That's a great time. But if you see it's going to be 50 degrees on Monday and then back to 20s on the 10-day, I'd hold off. I'd wait another week or two. Again, you don't want to plant your corn in December, right? What else we got here? Give it time. Route density and penetration. A lot of you guys are frustrated that you pass out 1,000 flyers or postcards and you only get 3 customers. Or, you've been in business for like 2 years, you don't have 100 clients. I'm like, dude, you got to be patient. Okay. It took me, 5, 7, 10 years to get to a business that I have. And my business is Mickey Mouse. Okay. Like we have a decent small business, but I don't profess to be multi-million dollars. There's no way. I don't want to grow a company like that, for the record. But here's the deal. It took me 10 years to have the route density I have. And now we're really picky choosy, right? I think a lot of folks are like, well, I want 25 lawns in a route in one subdivision. Well, yeah, me too. But in the beginning, I had 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. And then over 5 years, we would focus on these 4 subs and we get rid of this sub. And then we'd have these 4 subs. We would cater down to 3 subdivisions and squash this or try to sell it off, right? And then we were in 3 subdivisions and now we're in 2 subdivisions, right? And then we get the HOA. So one big quick tip is give yourself some patience when you guys are trying to do this. All right, let's wrap it up here. Use multiple channels. So here's one thing that a lot of folks are always trying to do is, well, I'm a big postcard marketing guy and postcards or die. It's like, what about some yard signs? Oh, I don't believe in yard signs. Okay. What about, I don't know, just, doing like a Facebook radius bomb ad. Oh, I don't want to use Facebook. I'm a big postcard guy. Well, that's fine, but you should use multiple channels. I call it the Blitzkrieg effect. Now, when you get really good in your business, you're going to know like, hey, if I pull this lever, which is 1,000 flyers, I get, 9 calls, I get 3 clients and one's a big one and we make $4,000 on this XYZ landscape job. Eventually you want to get to that point. Like I'm at that point. I'm really good with my marketing and my advertising. However, when you're just starting, you need to just literally Grant Cardone and Gary Vee style, like obscurity is your biggest enemy, right? You have to overwhelmingly get your name out around town. And that means like being ridiculous, overzealous if you need to be. Now, keep it legal, moral, and ethical, I always say. But beyond that, like, put your postcards at the bulletin boards, walk into the hair salons and drop off a postcard stack of 20 of them. It's the cheapest marketing you can ever do because in the beginning or the first few years, you're just trying to get as much business as possible. Later, you can prune and hone and focus. That's where I'm at right now. Thankfully, very blessed, but just trying to give you guys some beginner tips that can help you guys along the way. Last thing I'll give you guys is a tip. And by the way, let me know out of all these tips, which one has helped you guys out the most, or where are you guys finding success with marketing and postcards? Like, are you guys using Facebook ads? Are you guys using, postcards or marketing? Have you guys found success with Google business listings or Facebook, HOAs and Facebook groups? Let me know. Leave me some comments down below. Last thing I'll say, just to try to wrap this up, is try new ways of marketing your business. like Instagram and Facebook, and maybe you want to try Ascend Gym. Maybe you have never passed out, yard signs. Or here's a tip: maybe you've never evaluated an enclosed trailer with some vinyl on the side. You're like, oh, it's too expensive to spend $2,000 of putting vinyl on the side of a trailer, but you're spending thousands of dollars on your postcards around town, and they're getting maybe 1% return versus having a huge sale on your trailer, zipping it around town. Here's the thing. They both will compound the effort from each one. There's some synergy and there'll be some compounding that goes on there. But, don't be so naive to not try new things. Something that worked for me the last few years is using Facebook, was putting out Facebook ads. We did a huge aeration campaign 2 years ago, and the phone rang like crazy. I am not traditionally a Facebook advertiser, but it really helped grow my business. So the last thing I'd say is embrace something new, embrace technology, right? If you're not growing, you're dying. So don't just rely on the things that have always worked. Keep an eye on things that are working in the future. So guys, that being said, Google Business Listing, Facebook groups, email blast. Guys, those are 3 ways to market your business for free in 2020. I think if you don't evaluate those, you're leaving money on the table. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you're learning these things, you're already going to be in a position of strength to grow your lawn care business in 2020. This is the stuff that I'm doing. Again, a little early for this kind of a video, but hey, let's be honest with you. It's snowing outside. It's cold. We can't do any other vlogs right now. So at least I can help you guys start to grow your lawn care business as we all skate to where the puck is going to go, Wayne Gretzky style. So that being said, guys, appreciate you big time. If this helped you out, shoot a big thumbs up. Let me know some comments and some tips that are working for you guys to market your business. That's it. Brian here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.